It's interesting how you talked about it a little bit earlier, that you kind of look at those products that are kind of that blend of both mechanical solution but have that therapeutic
Mhm.
angle. Can you talk a little bit more about this? Because I feel like that is that kind of that borderline shift between a product that is not just a great tool, but something that really does improve the workflow of a mechanical problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so obviously best answered with examples, and I'll highlight one of the companies in our current new fund. It was actually the first investment we made out of this new fund. It's a company called Conformal Medical, and what Conformal does is they have a um, technology, a device that closes off the left atrial appendage, which is sort of an opening, a vestigial opening in the heart. And for patients who have atrial fibrillation, blood tends to collect and pool in that opening. And then there's clot formation, which clots break free, go up to the brain, and cause stroke. So, massive problem, a huge market. There's an enormous number of people, not just in the US, but globally, that suffer from atrial fibrillation and who have a very high risk of dying of stroke. And so we look at this as a mechanical problem. You got this opening that is the site of clot formation. If you can close it off, then you don't form the clots. And you're basically eliminating the origin of the clots, if you will. And that's exactly what Conformal does. Now, it's not the first solution in the market to do this. There is at least one product that is commercial in the space, but Conformal is just a much better tool. And so, this is where our thesis around mechanical solutions comes in. If you can close off completely that opening, then you can, your risk of clot formation and stroke is reduced greatly. So it's a mechanical solution to a mechanical problem. And from a patient experience and a clinical experience perspective, there's many advantages to the Conformal solution. It's easier to place, it's easier to deploy. I won't go into all of those details, but it's a better solution for the patient. So that's the type of technology that that we're attracted to. It's going to massively change the outcome for the patient, and yet it's a very simple device that does the trick. And from a sort of evidence perspective, why we invested when we did. Well, we looked at the animal data, looked great. And if you can, accomplish this procedure in large animals, there's a very high chance it's going to work in humans, because again, it's a mechanical solution. So that's an example, and that's how we think.